So that's what a COVID test is?
Yeah, pretty much. So we didn't show that part where them get swabbed. It said it was a tickle.
It hurt.
She said it hurts. I looked at it and said, did it hurt you, Miracle, or did it tickle?
Did you ever
It hurts. Oh, no. No.
Always poke
I had my vaccine, but I never had a COVID test. Oh. The rest of the crew is outside. 3 more to go. They're coming. Good boy.
Wow.
Look.
This is how children act when they go to the doctor.
Brody was like,
When they're supposed to be getting checked up. I see you. So we finished with the 2, and the 2, that's one of the 2 is honesty. Miracle is in the car. Oh, y'all are going to be medicated in a little bit after you eat. There are sick people in this clinic. Y'all have to be quiet.
I'm not obese.
We just see, I don't know where they get this obese thing from, but anywho, they saying, I thought they said obese, but it's a beast. They're saying a beast.
But a bigger,
I don't understand.
bigger.
Children dialogue.
It's like a beast, but way longer.
that's the
Okay.
Oh, and it gains its weight. Because it
Okay.
ate too many deers or
Hey,
beast that they eat.
Oh,
It's like a big back, but a beast.
okay. Really? See, that's why you should sit still.
I'm Spider-Man.
Now she in a swing chair up until the doctors come in and see about the rest of them.
I think
Dad is outside in the car with Miracle. They're still waiting to be seen.
the beast out of there.
Hey, and welcome back, you guys, to another edition of Sweet Sue's Kitchen. Today, I'm going to do something that I call like a treat for myself. What is a little twist? And I also wanted to try this recipe out to see if it's a winner. Okay, so what you're looking at right here is some marinated beef short ribs that I've marinated over 24 hours because I want to ensure that it has all the flavors infused in the meat, y'all. So I do it overnight only because I want to make sure that, like I said, to make sure all of the seasoning is incorporated and infused. So I'm going to use some like common ingredients, but I'm doing a red wine braised short ribs. So I'm going to use some cooking wine. If you don't have this, and if you have just, regular red wine of your choice, you can use that as well. I mean, it'll be a little bit more on a stronger side, but you don't have to use as much. I'm going to try to leave a recipe down in my description, and the reason I chuckle about it is because every time I say it, sometimes I miss the opportunity to put the recipe down in the description because I be trying to, yeah, that's right, I be doing the most, do too much at one time. Anyway, so no excuses. I'm going to put a recipe that I created down in the description, so look for that. We're going to use some tomato sauce. You can use tomato paste if you wish, but I didn't have that on hand, so I'm going to use tomato sauce. I believe it's going to do the same trick as using tomato paste. We also going to use some beef broth. You can use any brand you want. This is what I had on hand out my pantry. I wasn't even trying to go to the store to buy any extra ingredients. I just using what I have on hand, and we're gonna make it do what it do. So before I even continue on, welcome my new subscribers. Thank you for joining the fam, and thank you for my subscribers that have been rocking with me since day one. I thank you because of the fact that you took the time out to watch me and support my channel. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. God bless you. All right, so we're gonna move on to our other ingredients. I got my little setup, and this is my flour that I'm gonna dredge my short ribs in, but I'm gonna show you all that because I'll be vlogging this. So we're gonna use some wraps, burritos. That's the kind that I'm using. We're gonna also use some refried beans. We're going to incorporate that in there, and we're going to do some onions and bell pepper. I'm going to saute them before I get to the part where I'm wrapping my my burritos. I'm going to call it burritos. Short ribs, red infused short rib burrito. Maybe that'll be the title of the video. All right, so moving on to our ingredients. We got some garlic, some paprika, we have some onion powder, we have some oregano, we got some red crushed pepper. I'm not going to use too much of that because the kids, I'm just going to spice it up just a little bit, but not too much. And we're going to use some basil, and we're going to use some bay leaves. All right, so that does it. We're going to get to the process of me dredging these short ribs. And yes, I am using my Dutch oven. Y'all don't see me use it often, but I'm using it today because I need these ribs to cook for approximately about 3 hours. So it's nice and tender, fall off the bone, and I can just, debone it like that and shred it up. And that's going to be our meat to stuff our burritos with. Doesn't that sound yummy? Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to try to reserve my voice. But thank you all again for watching and joining me in the kitchen. And let's get cooking. So we have seared our meat, and now we have what we call the residual that's in there. That is flavor. And I have poured out or scooped out some of it because that's a little too much, but this is good. All right, so we're gonna pour some wine into this pan, and we're gonna let it cook down for about 2 to 3 minutes, and it's gonna gather up all that goodness at the bottom. Then we're gonna add in our tomato sauce. We're gonna cook out some of the wine taste still be there, but we're gonna cook it down. I'm gonna introduce some minced garlic. I know I didn't show that at the beginning. I decided I'm gonna add that into the mix, the wine has cooked down, we're going to add in the minced garlic as I just did and let that just come up to a fragrant. And we're going to also put in our tomato sauce. Like I said, you can also use the tomato paste. But today, what we have on hand is tomato sauce. I'm going to let that just cook down for another 2 minutes or so. And then we're going to add in our beef broth. So what I'm doing is creating a bed that I can put my ribs into and let it do what it do. It's gonna be delicious, y'all. I feel it in my soul. Okay, we got this started, right? So we got our bed started. Now we're gonna enter in our beef broth. So we want to make sure there's enough juice in there that's going to cover. So I've used 2 cans at 14.5 ounces. 2 cans of that I've just used. And we're going to probably eventually add some water, but I'll be checking it as the cooking time progresses. But that is the bed. Now we're going to add our seasonings. The seasonings that I showed you. So I went on ahead and I measured it out. And those are 3 large bay leaves. And all of that I'm putting right into my pot. Because from this point, we're going to introduce our ribs back into the pot. And you guys, I said I'm going to do onions and bell peppers at the last, sauteing them and putting it together in assembly of the burritos, actual burritos. So I'm not putting any inside of the broth that I just made. So we're going to introduce the ribs. like it? What it tastes like? Good or bad?
Got it. Got it.
All right.